If you would please stand, we're going to go over to John chapter 18, where we'll read there in verse 36 through 38, verses 36 through 38. Jesus said, "My kingdom is not of this world. If it were, my servants would fight to prevent my arrest by the Jewish leaders. But now my kingdom is from another place." "You are a king then," said Pilate. And Jesus answered, "You say that I am a king. In fact, the reason I was born and came into the world is to testify to the truth. Everyone on the side of truth listens to me." "What is truth?" retorted Pilate. With this he went out again to the Jews gathered there and said, "I find no basis for a charge against this man." You may be seated. Jesus standing before Pilate. Pilate looking into Jesus' eyes and says, "What is truth? What is truth? What is it? Is it what you believe or what I believe or what my neighbor believes or my friend believes or my coworker or my boss? Is there your truth and my truth? Is truth relative or is it absolute?" See, what Pilate didn't understand is that he was looking at truth and he didn't even realize it. Pilate was standing before the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the one who declared, "I am the way and the truth and the life." I believe that's why Jesus didn't say anything to Pilate. I believe that he didn't have to say anything to Pilate. I believe that Jesus looking into Pilate's eyes, I believe it spoke volumes to Pilate about what truth really is. In John chapter 8, verse 44, Jesus, speaking to the religious leaders there, says this, "You belong to your father the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning, not holding to the truth. For there is no truth in him. And when he lies, he speaks his native language, for he is a liar and the father of lies." One of the ways that we can identify truth is by first and foremost recognizing that there are lies in this world. There are lies out there. That lying is a real practice, a real activity. The lie is the very opposite of what the truth is. And so Jesus, looking at the religious leaders, he says, "You're doing your father's work. You're doing your father's desire. You want to carry out his desire." Satan's desire is to lie to the world. That's his objective, is to get you to believe a lie. And so many people today are believing in lies. Why is that? Why do people embrace lies? Is it possible because that's what they want for their life? Is it possible that these lies are so attractive that they would rather have the lie than the real gospel truth? In many cases, I believe that is true. Satan has his workers of iniquity out there feeding God's people lies about life, about death, about relationships, about morality. You belong to your father, the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desires. Well, what is Satan's desire? His desire is to spread lies, to get people to believe in a lie, in the hopes that he can draw God's people away from the truth. You see, the Bible declares that the truth will set you free from Satan's traps, from his snares, from captivity. The truth will set you free. It liberates. It brings about victory. The truth is what we should desire. It says that Satan is a murderer, that he's not holding to the truth, for there's no truth in him. So if you hear a lie, we know where the source of the lie comes from. That comes from Satan. So the first step in us understanding, being able to know what truth is to recognize that there are lies in our world today. That people are lying. Our government is lying. We know that there are people in positions of power that are lying. We know that there are individuals that have infiltrated our government, infiltrated our school systems, infiltrated our cities, our towns, our villages, our neighborhoods, and they're spreading lies. Satan is working today very feverishly to draw God's people away from the truth. He goes on to say that when he lies, he speaks his native language, for he's a liar and the father of lies. So we know that Satan is the source of lies, that he is the one who leads people down a pathway of falsehood, lies. We've got to understand that not everything we hear out there is the truth. No matter how meaningful a person may be, no matter how much they believe in what they're thinking, believing, we need to come to realization that that is not necessarily the truth. That the lies that are being told today, people are buying them. They're being sold, they're being glamorized, and people are being drawn away from the truth by following the lies. So if we're going to be honest with ourselves, we have to keep in mind that not everything we hear is the truth, no matter what the source. We have to understand that there are lies and people that are telling those lies. And then, on the opposite side of the coin, there is the truth. In John 1:17, it says this, "For the law was given through Moses, grace and truth came through Jesus Christ." So you have Satan, who is the father of all lies, and you have Jesus Christ, who is the truth. He is the way, He is the truth. So you have this divide, this chasm between lies and the truth. Now, in order to discover the truth in the midst of all the lies, you're going to have to do a few things here. The first thing is you need to be on the side of truth. Be on the side of truth. Notice what Jesus said there in verse 37. In John chapter 18, verse 37, He says this, "Everyone on the side of truth listens to me." In other words, everyone who is pursuing truth, seeking truth, hungering for truth, who wants to know the truth, listens to me. The reason why people get caught up in so many lies is because they're not interested in finding out the truth. The lie satisfies their desire. The lie meets their wants, their needs, their fleshly desires. The lie is pleasing, it's satisfying, it's appealing to them. So they don't want to know what the truth is. They want to continue to live the lie because it's profiting them to do so. At least they think so. It's for them, that lie is advantageous. It's gaining them something. And typically, a lie will gain you physical pleasure. That's for certain. Satan will tell you that that bottle of alcohol will take away your pain, that it'll take away your problems, that it'll make you feel better, that you're going to be able to overcome your challenges if you just take, a sip, have a few drinks every now and then, drown your sorrow, Satan will say. Satan will say, well, get hooked on some drugs. Those drugs will take you to your little paradise, your little happy place, and that'll help you to escape, and you don't have to worry about those problems anymore. See, Satan wants you to believe that the lie is the truth. He wants you to believe that this lie that he's presenting to you is the fact, it's reality. And people have bought into those lies. Satan will tell you that the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. Just leave your current relationship, leave your current situation and hop over the fence because it's going to be better there than it is where you're at right now. There's something over there you really want to go see, you really want to go experience. And so many people have walked away from their loved ones to pursue what they perceived as truth only to find out that it was a big lie. Satan wants to draw you away from God's truth, to lead you into captivity, to destroy, to murder, to kill, to maim. That's his game plan. So if we are going to discover the truth, we need to be on the side of truth. In other words, we need to be looking for truth. We need to be hungering for it, thirsting for it, desiring it, pursuing it. Not taking things at face value, as so many people today do. People today are very trusting. They hear somebody say it on the TV, on the radio, on the internet, they believe it because Why would they lie to me? Why would they want to mislead me? Why would they want to hurt me with a lie? People are caught up in lies and they don't even really know it because they're believing that this person only has good intentions for them. Unfortunately, not everybody out there has good intentions for you. We've got to be on the side of truth. Stand for truth. Believe that the truth is there for us to grasp hold of. But also, we need to pray for it. Look at Ephesians chapter 6, verse 18. And pray in the Spirit on all occasions with all kinds of prayers and requests. We're to pray for wisdom, pray for discernment, pray for enlightenment. Ask God to open our eyes, open our hearts, to help us see past the lies. To see the truth amidst all the lies. The truth is there if we're looking for it. God says, ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find, knock and the door shall be opened to you. God says, pursue, seek, knock, look for truth and you will find it. Satan's lies are readily available. He's just promoting them and pushing them right in front of you, hoping that you will take a bite. Embrace it. Denying the truth doesn't change the facts. You can deny the truth all you want to. You can say that the truth is not absolute. You can say that the truth is not reality. You can say whatever you want. But the truth is what it is, and it cannot be changed. It cannot be altered. Jesus said, my word, though this world shall perish, though this world shall go away, my word will remain. 2 plus 2 equals 4 in this hemisphere, in this country, as in any other country out there. The truth is the truth. It cannot be changed. It cannot be altered. It is what it is. Satan, he sold Eve a half-truth. A half-truth is nothing but a whole lie. He was able to deceive Eve there in the garden. And he's deceiving people today by giving them half-truths. He tried to deceive Jesus there in the desert by giving him half-truths. He says, isn't it written that if you fall down, the angels will come and rescue you so that you won't even dash your foot against a stone, that the angels, God's angels, will come and they'll protect you. Throw yourself down from here, Satan was telling Jesus. And Jesus turned and gave him the whole truth. And he said, it is also written that you shall not test the Lord thy God. So a half-truth is a whole lie. And people are believing half-truths. You see, Satan is very slick. He's very sly. He knows that he can trip you up if he only gives you a portion. Give you truth out of context. Right? And that's what many people are believing in today. Truth out of context. They're not understanding the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help them, God. We need the truth in order to dispel the lies, in order to navigate through this life, this one life that we've been given. So we've got to be on the side of truth. We've got to pray for truth. We've got to ask God to give us discernment and understanding and the ability to see the truth amidst all the lies. But we also have to investigate it. Investigate. Because you see, Satan, he masquerades himself as an angel of light. He's a deceiver. And so we're not to take everything that we hear for face value. Just because it's on the internet doesn't mean it's true. For you younger folks here who are being asked by your teachers to go and pull stuff off the internet, just because it's there doesn't mean it's been validated, it's been vetted, that it's actually the truth. There are quotes out there by many different, there's only one quote, but you've got about 3 or 4 different people that are stating that they actually quoted that. Well, we know that a lot of the stuff on the internet, a lot of that stuff out there on the web is not truth. It's a lie. Again, Satan is using our airwaves, he's using our internets, he's using our cell phones, our TVs to promote lies. And so we have to investigate what we're hearing. In 1 John 4:1, it says this, Dear friends, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God, because many false prophets have gone out into the world. Satan has his workers of iniquity. He has those that are spreading lies for him. And so John there in 1 John says, listen, dear friends, do not believe every spirit. In other words, don't believe everything you hear. Don't believe everything you see. But test the spirits to see whether they are from God. Because many false prophets have gone out into the world. Those false prophets are here today, in our world today. They live amongst us. They're in our schools, they're in our government, they're in our workplaces. They're even in our families, unfortunately. Satan is out to deceive God's people, and he's doing a great job by feeding half-truths, by feeding lies. Beware of the half-truth, for you just might get hold of the wrong half. That's what people don't understand. You see, Eve got hold of the wrong half, and it caused a great divide. It upset the balance of life as God had intended. Beware of the half-truths. You just might get hold of the wrong half. Don't believe everything you hear, everything you see. Test it. Validate it. See if indeed it is actually the truth. It's going to take a little time. It may take a little energy. You may have to do some investigative work. Spend a little time digging in deep to understand, is this really the truth? Is this really the truth? So how are we going to discover the truth? We're going to discover the truth by being on the side of truth first and foremost. Seeking it, pursuing it. We're going to pray and ask God, God, give us some wisdom, give us some understanding. Help us to see the truth in the midst of all of these lies. And then we need to investigate. We need to seek to understand, to make sure that what is being told, what has been written, is actually of God. Taking what we hear and what we see and comparing it to the gospel truth. If Jesus is the truth, then those who desire to know truth stand with Christ. If you're really looking for truth, you will value this Bible, because this is the source of all truth. If you say that you're a person searching for truth and you do not desire to read God's Word, you're lying to yourself. You don't really want to know the truth, because this is the source of all truth. Jesus is the Word. And it says the Word became flesh and dwelt amongst men. Jesus is the Word. You want to know truth? You want to understand truth? You want to know the difference between the lie and the truth? Then seek it. And here is where you'll find it. Because every lie that Satan is spilling, God has a truth for. God has an answer right here. And it's available to you and to me at all times. So what's the value in knowing the truth? What are we to gain by knowing the truth? This is what you gain. You gain freedom, liberty. You are liberated when you know the truth. You're liberated from the lies and the deception of the lies. You're liberated from the trap that lie leads you to, that cage, that captivity. In John 8:31 through 32, listen to what is being said. So Jesus was saying to those Jews who had believed him, if you continue in my word, then you are truly disciples of mine, and you will know the truth, and the truth will make you free. Is there anybody here that wants to be in bondage, in chains, in prison, being held captive? No. We want freedom. We want to be free. We want to be liberated. We don't want to be captives. We don't want to be held captive, in chains, bound, restricted, confined. That's not what we want. We want to be able to live this life in such a way that we don't get hurt, nor do we hurt other people around us. That we prosper, that we flourish, that we advance, that we grow, that we mature in the likeness of Christ. Satan's game plan is to prevent you from becoming more like Christ, and he does it by feeding you lies, half-truths. The lies only lead you into sin. That's what they're designed to do. A lie leads to sin. It's what it's designed to do. It's what God is calling us to avoid. That's why He's telling us, avoid the lies, pursue the truth, seek understanding so that you can be free and live free. Be free of that addiction to alcohol and drugs, free from that addiction to pornography, free from that addiction to worldliness, to envy, to lust, free from money, the love of money, the love of fame, the love of fortune, the love of popularity. So many young kids today, it's all about being popular. It's all about being hip. It's all about being liked by their peers. Kids today, they want to be in the know. They want everybody to look at them. Look at me, everyone. That's why these social media networks are making so much money off our young kids today, because these kids today are finding a way to try and market themselves. Look at me, everybody. Look what I got going on. Look what I looked like when I woke up, when I went to bed. Look what I did throughout the day. They're taking pictures of themselves and posting it on the internet in hopes of getting many likes, being popular, being famous. Everybody's searching for that. These young kids today, that's where they're finding their comfort. Instead of saying, wait a minute, hold on, that comes with a cost. That comes at a cost. You see, when you're putting yourself out there, when you're publishing yourself, when you're letting yourself be known to the world around you, you're exposing yourself to the world around you, you are only inviting people who have ill intentions to enter in. We've heard it time and time again where young girls and young boys are committing suicide because someone got into their portal, someone got into their Facebook, someone got into their Snapchat, whatever they're using, and said something wicked, something vile, something perverted, and that young girl, that young boy took their own life because of what was being told to them. It's sad. But these young girls, these young boys, they're believing these lies that are being fed to them by people they don't even know. They're putting themselves at risk. They're exposing themselves to the world, thinking that the world is going to have a favorable disposition towards them, that the world is going to do something good for them. Instead of trusting in Jesus to be your source of all strength, your source of encouragement, your source of comfort, they're reaching out to the world around them, looking to be a part of that. And Jesus says, look, all you need is me. I am the source of your strength. I am the source of your power. I am the source of your comfort, the source of love, the source of mercy, grace, compassion, and forgiveness. Look to me. Come to me, all of you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Unfortunately, there's going to be people that are going to be mad at you for speaking truth, believing in truth. But it's been said that the only people mad at you for speaking the truth are those living a lie. The only people mad at you for speaking the truth are those who are living a lie. When you speak truth and people get upset and they become angry with you, it's because they're living a lie, and that truth goes against the grain of what they want to believe, what they want to be doing. But your job and my job is to be a light unto the world. In other words, to speak the truth. Jesus is the truth. And if you are representatives of Christ, you too are going to speak that truth. You're going to be a light in the midst of a dark, very dark world. The naked truth is always better than the best dressed lie. The naked truth is always better than the best dressed lie. Folks, look, I know you have choices in this world. We all have choices. But I find it very hard to believe that you want to make the wrong choice. I find it very hard to believe that you want to do the wrong thing. I find it very hard to believe that your heart really wants to go down a road of destruction, a road of captivity, a road of confinement. I find it very hard to believe that's where you're wanting to go. But listen, Satan is a deceiver, and he wants you to go there. And the only way that you can avoid that path of destruction is by clinging and holding on to the truth. Just because somebody says it doesn't mean it's the truth. And it is your responsibility and my responsibility to know what the truth is. We've been handed the truth. You see, when we stand before God someday, and we all will, God's going to ask you, how did you handle the truth? What did you do with the truth? Why did you believe the lies? Why did you obey the lies? Why did you give in to the lies? Why didn't you pursue and seek truth? What excuse are you going to give God for not knowing the truth when He's done everything to present the truth to you? I find it hard also to believe that there's people here who don't want to be free. I believe everyone here wants to be free. I bet everyone here, believe everyone here wants to be free, to live free. Free from the chains of bondage, free from the chains of captivity that Satan is so readily willing to bind you with. You and I have a choice today. Follow the lies or follow the truth. It's that simple. It doesn't get any harder than that. So where are you going to head? What road, what pathway are you going to go down today? In the end, God will ask you. So be ready to give an answer, because you've heard the gospel truth today. Let's bow our heads.